advertising manager for POPP. Happy Halloween, by the way. So we just had a press conference from one of our donors, Christopher Nocket, and I just wanted to address some of the things that he talked about. So first of all, we plan on having a more in-depth conversation with Mr. Nocket to work through any displeasure that he may have. But we feel at POPP that we've been working diligently to protect the people of Pacechester. Some of the things that we're working on down the pipeline is we're hoping to work with the mayor's office more in depth because of the fact that they've come out saying that they are against the Olympics. We're working on a PSA that will address our stance outright on the Olympics if anyone has any questions about where we stand at this point. One thing we do agree with that Mr. Nocket said is that we should continue to build on the foundation of Pacechester instead of coming with a big event like the Olympics at this point. And he said that also he wanted a multimedia attack, which is something I think that personally, as the advertising manager of POPP, I feel proud of what we've done on social media so far. So, but again, like I said, we plan on having a more in-depth sit down with him to, so he can voice any displeasure and we can better work with him. So, any questions from you guys?
So prior to Chris Nocket coming out and saying, voicing his displeasure with POPP, had you met with him before?
So, Mr. Nocket actually met with Green Pace, which is the company that we came out of. So, what we plan to do is work with him and meet with him to rehash any of the, things that he wanted to have us do throughout our time in space.
Isn't it like your first job to meet with the person who's giving you the most money?
Of course, but we just moved from Green Pace to POPP very recently, so we've been doing that slowly. We have many donors.
But he's your biggest donor, right?
Yes, of course. And of course, part of it is he would like to reach out to us, but instead of reaching out to us, he decided to voice his opinions elsewhere. But we can understand that because of how much he means to our company as being one of the biggest donor, that we have to make time to meet with him as soon as possible.
Alexandra Belushi for Pacechester Daily. Was
Yes.
this the first time you heard about Chris Nocket having complaints against your company?
This is the first time he's voiced them openly, yes.
So prior to this, when you met with him, because he is your biggest donor, did he act like everything was fine and he was behind you guys?
Yeah, so he's never at any point prior to the press conference that we just had, he had not voiced any displeasure with anything. So it was a little bit of a surprise to us, but that's why we're looking forward to meeting with him again.
Sabrina Sanchez, Pacechester Daily.
Yes.
Could you clarify that? Because in his announcement, he said that he had met with you guys privately
Yes, that was
several
incorrect.
times. Okay, so now he said that he wants to publicly shame you because he had addressed these issues before. So what's your comment?
Yes, so again, we are looking forward to meeting with him so we can actually get an idea of what exactly he wants from us, because yeah, he is putting tons of money into our company. So we want to do our best to have his vision, seen through what we do. But at the same time, this is the first we're hearing of it, so we're kind of just taken off guard at the moment. But we look forward to working with him, and I think everything will work out fine.
So just to clarify, you guys have met before in private.
Yes, but he
has
never
not brought
voiced
this up.
any displeasure.
Alexandra Belushi for Pacechester Daily. What would you do if he did end up pulling his money?
Well, so I think the first thing we would do is try to talk to the rest of our donors and see if they would be willing to add any more money to their donation amount. If not, then we would try to find another donor to replace Mr. Nocket.
Is there any way that the public can access a list of your donors?
Yes, so we have a list of our donors. I believe we can put it out on our social media, and if you go to the information side, we'll have it there. We'll put it there for you.
On social media?
Yeah.
Is that the only place you can access it?
At this point, yes, I believe.
So it's not currently displayed there right now?
No.
Sabrina Sanchez, Pacechester Daily. So Chris had made a comment that he had outlined specific expectations that he had
Mhm.
and that he had shared that with POPP. Do your other donors have that as well, and does the public have access to those things?
So most of the donors that we have right now are also they're carryovers from Green Pace. So anytime that they outlined specifically would be through them, through Green Pace. So yes, we can. I mean, they all kind of have that information. 1 second. Yeah.
Does POPP have access to those documents, those minutes?
Yes.
And is that public information?
No.
How many people are on your board?
How many people on the board? I believe it's around 5, 10, somewhere in between there. Any other questions?
So if
Give me
he's
the last one. What's up?
So if Chris is your biggest donor and pulls out, was this because you've changed everything since Green Pace? Are you saying that you came in and you redid their company, or that you guys just were really behind with what they were doing, so Chris was on board with Green Pace and not POPP?
Well, we grew out of Green Pace, so we haven't changed any of the ideals or like the mission of that. We just added to it. So, and Chris knows that. So, his continued funding shows us that he must be on board with at least what our mission is. Thank you guys.
Are you a company or a 501c, a nonprofit?
Questions are over, but thank you for coming, and I will talk to you guys again very soon. Thank you.
Shouldn't people know that? That's not really a controversial question.
Thank you.
What?
Company versus a 501c3?